break the law, and you'll go to jail.
Welcome to this special presentation from the Pitt County Sheriff's Office and the Office of Public Information. Each week through our show, Pitt County Wanted, we here at the Office of Public Information bring you the names and faces of several individuals who are wanted by the Pitt County Sheriff's Office. The range of charges these individuals are wanted on can vary greatly. However, it seems that there are always those who are wanted on charges of delinquent child support. To help combat this, the Pitt County Sheriff's Office is undergoing a month-long campaign known as Operation Support Your Child. And here to talk about the campaign is none other than Sheriff Neil Elks himself. Well, thank you for being with us today, Sheriff.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay, so first of all, tell us what Operation Support Your Child is about.
Sure. Operation Support Your Child is a month-long operation we do where we take all the unserved warrants that we have for child support. We estimate we have over 250 outstanding warrants, and we'll take and serve those in efforts to get what we call deadbeat dads in custody and get them responsible and back serving, paying child support.
So what makes this different from your regular day-to-day operations?
Well, it's the concentration and the efforts that we put in to get the uncollected, unserved child support warrants. We have a unit that we refer to as our Child Support Enforcement Unit. And that unit consists of 5 officers, and they will be out in high concentration and working with the additional officers from the patrol and an investigative unit to serve those warrants. We have approximately 250 warrants that we're looking to execute.
Okay, so why did you decide to publicize this operation?
Well, several things. We go ahead and put the pictures out, and a lot of these people out there are saying, hey, I don't want my picture on TV, so they'll go ahead and turn themselves in. A lot of them have already started making phone calls now once we've done our first publication. A lot of them are going to be people that live in their neighborhoods, work with them, and we expect to get phone calls from the community telling us where these people are hiding at.
And including the community is why we're here today. And in keeping with the success of such programs like Pitt County Wanted, throughout this program, we will air the names and information of those who will be served by Operation Support Your Child.
That's right. If you recognize any of the individuals you see today, please take time to call the number on the screen and let us know their whereabouts. Your call can make the difference in the life of a child currently not receiving their rightful support.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're talking with Pitt County Sheriff Neil Elks about Operation Support Your Child, a month-long effort to crack down on non-custodial parents. Now, Sheriff, you mentioned earlier the Pitt County Sheriff's Civil Unit. Can you tell us a little bit more about that unit?
Yeah, that's our child support enforcement unit. They basically serve certain papers, and it's where people are delinquent on the child support. The social services works with the court system. They usually issue warrants or show causes for their failure to comply. Our civil process unit works very close with the Department of Social Services. They're led by Lieutenant Willie Hyman.
Okay, and we actually spoke with Lieutenant Hyman earlier to find out some of the results of the two organizations working so closely together.
As a deputy, it's very beneficial due to the fact that maybe the caseworker might have some information that the deputy don't possess, and that will allow the deputy to be able to make service on that particular paper that he's trying to serve. And with the open line of communication, they can email each other, cell phone communication, that will put us in a position that we can make service. DSS will play a role in it because it would put us in a position whereas once these subjects have been arrested, we will make contact with their caseworker, and that will put them at a point where they can make a purge and have themselves released upon us making contact with the caseworker, allowing them to know that we have arrested one of the non-custodial parents that we was looking for.
Welcome back to the Operation Support Your Child special event. As we mentioned earlier, the Pitt County Sheriff's Office Civil Unit works closely with DSS to help track down parents who are delinquent on their child support.
That's right. Last year we collected over $13 million in child support. We served over 3,200 civil process papers. We only had a 4-man unit serving. That's a lot of papers for 4 guys to serve in 1 year's time. My hat's off to these guys for their hard work. That's why it's important that we work real closely with the Department of Social Services in collecting these papers.
And we actually spoke with DSS to see just what benefits Operation Support Your Child could hold for both organizations.
With the Pitt County Sheriff's Department having over 128 individuals that they are searching for at this time for non-payment of child support, that would indicate that there is a need for Operation Support Your Child, and we look forward, as do the Civil Deputies Unit, with the input from the public and being able to give information and help find and locate non-custodial parents to help pay their child support. The benefit for our particular department would be a final push towards our end-of-year goals for this fiscal year, as well as a jump start for the upcoming fiscal year by the state-assigned goals that we have.
And we're back with Sheriff Elks talking about Operation Support Your Child. Now, Sheriff, as we watch those slides go by, it's important to note that you guys are going to be going after every individual that we just saw, correct?
That's correct. Some of the pictures you've seen today are some of the hardest offenders we've had to be able to track down. Some of them we've been looking for 2 or 3 years at the time, some for longer than that. That's why it's important that we team up with the community, Department of Social Services, to make every effort we can to locate these offenders.
Now, you're going to be using deputies to serve the warrants. What are some of their duties?
Well, the duties are we before we go out and serve the warrants, we've already done a lot of research. We know the possibility of their whereabouts. We've also received tips from the community of where they may be hiding at.
And no doubt your deputies are going to work really hard to bring in as many warrants as they can throughout this month-long process.
Absolutely, and we encourage anybody that knows any of these people that has seen their pictures on TV to call in. We're going to get these guys and put them in jail.
Or Sheriff Elks, we want to thank you so much for being here with us today. And we also want to remind everyone that the largest partner the Sheriff's Office has is you, the public.
That's right. If you know the whereabouts of anybody you've seen here today, please take time to call the number we have provided you here. And for those that are upset about seeing their picture on TV today, the moral of the story is turn yourself in next year. We won't have to look for you.
Well, from all of us here at the Pitt County Sheriff's Office and the Office of Public Information, thanks for watching.